Hi everybody, my name is Sarah Stanko and I want to welcome you to my kitchen and my Norwex Safe Haven demonstration. So a little bit about me. I have been with Norwex now for a little over 13 years. I started my journey with Norwex as a customer. I was invited to a party that I truly thought was crazy because Steph said, there's gonna be a lady coming over and she's going to be smearing butter on my window and cleaning it off with a cloth. And I thought, oh, Steph, this is such a complete hoax, but I will come because I know that you always have great food and wine and you live right next door. So I went over to Steph's house and sat there during this presentation, and needless to say, 13 years later, I am here standing in front of all of you as a consultant. I was completely blown away that night, and I thought, you know what? I thought that I was doing all of these things right. I currently at that time was an in-home daycare provider, and I thought that I was being kind to my family by using unscented products. I was even making some of my own products. I was using vinegar. I was doing all the green things that I believed were what I needed to do for my family to live in a safe, clean home, along with the families of all the littles that I was taking care of during that time as an in-home daycare provider. So what I learned that night was the difference between mechanical and chemical cleaning. And that is what I am here today to talk to you about. So the first thing that I am going to do is I am going to show you the cloth that I will be talking about, the Enviro cloth. This is the one, these two are the first two cloths that I'm gonna be talking to you about, because these are the two cloths, if you don't know anything with Norwex, these are the cloths that you need to start with. They are the peanut butter and jelly of Norwex. They are the partners in crime. They're the Enviro cloth and the window cloth. And I know that we have had so many different colors of these that have been over the time introduced. So these are the colors I'm gonna be working with. But if you have these cloths at home and you're wondering if you have them, look at the tag. The tag will say Enviro, and then this one will say window. If you have cloths that are 10 years old, they will say they'll say Enviro, but this one may say polish. It's the same thing. If you have cloths that are even older than that, they're going to have the Norwegian flag on them, and they won't say what exactly they are. So this one here, the Enviro cloth and the window cloth, like I said, they are the peanut butter and jelly of Norwex, and this is the Mac Daddy. This is your Mr. Clean in the Norwex world. Now I want to talk to you a little bit about the mechanical versus chemical cleaning and what exactly that means. So I have something here that was the number one thing that I had a difficult time parting with as a daycare provider. You know what these are. You probably have some under your sink right now. This was the last product that I got rid of after starting my journey with Norwex. This here, I want you to pay attention to your products that say this, because you will never hear us saying that Norwex products kill flus and viruses. Because we have learned through our journey that if you say that, you have to register it as a household pesticide. How many of you want to spread pesticides in your home and on your surfaces, especially the surfaces that you are cooking food on or eating on? So this would be considered, this along with the other sprays that I used to have, where I honestly had a bucket upstairs and I had a whole cupboard downstairs full of different sprays, different wipes, all of that. Those products are chemical cleaners. So what they do is when you put this product on a surface, you need to have a contact time with that product on the surface. That contact time can be anywhere from 4 to 10 minutes. How do you know where to find that? Start reading the very fine print on the back of your containers and your bottles. So this particular one needs, in order for it to do what it says, you need to leave the surface visibly wet for 4 minutes. Think about how many wipes it would take to get this visibly wet, keep that surface visibly wet in order for it to do this. And then when you're done, you need to clean it with potable water, meaning you need to remove the chemical residue that you just left off or left on. So I'm going to have a really fun video or demo that I'm going to show you in just a few minutes, but I want to show you one of the most important things that I love to teach my customers about this cloth, and that's how to wet it down. So come on over with me to my sink, and we're going to start this demonstration. Okay, so as we start, I will, hold on here, just bear with me. Okay, I've got a movable camera, and so we're gonna be moving around, so I hope you don't get a little motion sick from all of the bouncing. Now this cloth, in order to start using this cloth, you can use this dry, but I use it wet. So when you wet this cloth down, you want to wet it down entirely, because there's something special about our microfiber. Our microfiber, what makes it different from other people's microfiber, is our fibers are split 1/200th the size of a human hair. Normal microfibers, in order to be considered microfiber, are split 1/16th the size of a human hair. So I would love to ask you, would you rather have 6 people cleaning your house, or would you rather have 200 people cleaning your house? I think you know the answer. So when you wet it down, you want to wet it down entirely, because we also have we have something in our cloth that is called micro silver. We call it backlock. It's our trademark name. Now what that micro silver does is it breaks down the bacteria that is coming into your cloth. It breaks it down, breaks down the DNA of that, and it stops the growth and it stops the odor. So bacteria is what you smell in your kitchen cloths and in your cleaning cloths. Isn't that gross? One bacteria can multiply 8 million times in a 24-hour period. So that's why you can use a cleaning cloth, or you can use a kitchen rag, and it will start to smell within 24 hours. So that's the other thing that is different about ours. So we've got the microsilver, and we've got that microfiber that is split 1/200th the size of a human hair. Did you know that if you unraveled this cloth, there's 10 million feet of fiber in this little cloth? And this cloth is going to spread all the way from Canada to the Gulf of Mexico. That's a demo that I promise I'm not going to do today on this demo. But there is so many different fibers in this cloth that make up this cloth. This is our most dense cloth. So I do get a question of, can you do the same thing with the kitchen cloth and the body cloth? And those are other cloths I'll talk about in a little bit. But if you want to do your deep cleaning, this is the cloth that you want. So when you wet it down, you want to wet it down entirely, and then you want to wring it out entirely, because you don't want a lot of standing water on your surfaces, especially if you're using surfaces that you're washing surfaces, like maybe you're dusting a wood table, and you don't want that to be damp for a long time. That's why you want to just make sure, for the best clean, wet it down, wring it out as much as possible. Now I'm going to show you the refrigerator back here, because I'm going to do my very first demo with this, and that demo is called the butter demo. So the butter demo, when I go into people's homes and I will smear butter on a window, I will also smear Norwex's butter. So this is Norwex's butter. It's a body balm, and it's shea butter, and it smells so good, but this is like chapstick for your body. You can do your elbows, you can do your hands, you can do your feet, all sorts of things. But I'm gonna move you closer, stretch you out a little bit. This is like a little amusement park ride, okay? So in my kitchen. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to draw a smiley face on the refrigerator, because what I am demonstrating to you right now is the ability for this cloth to clean off that butter off of my refrigerator. So when you're using this cloth, you want to use it flat, because when you use it flat, you are going to get all of the surface dirt. If you use it bunched, you're gonna miss it. You're gonna miss some of that bacteria. In this cloth, with water alone, when used properly, can pick up to 99% of the bacteria on your surface. Isn't that crazy? It's seriously. Okay, so I like to clean like this, where I have my window cloth over my shoulder, because this is the one you use wet, this is the one you use dry. I'm gonna tell you a little secret here. This cloth here is the Mac Daddy cleaner, like I said. This cloth here, the window cloth, gets all the credit. When you ask people what they love about Norwex, they say the window cloth. The window cloth gets all the credit, but this one does all the work. This is your polish cloth. This is your finisher. So any reflective surface that you have in your house, like your refrigerator, your bathroom mirrors, your windows, glass tables, countertops, granite countertops, what I'm doing right now, where I'm just wiping this is what you would do exactly to clean those surfaces too. So I just wiped away all of that body balm, and now to dry it, I'm going to use my window cloth. This one, it doesn't matter so much if you use it flat or bunched, because this one is just, again, the dryer. So you just wipe the surface until it is dry. Also, when you're cleaning your refrigerator, I love this. And look at, I'm using the same side as the body balm is on, because the body balm is not going to go back onto my refrigerator. But, you know, these get kind of crusty. Now look at this. This is called the Real Clean, because when you are using any sort of chemical cleaner, you're leaving a residue on that surface that will attract dust. So that's why you get streaks, you get the extra fingerprints on your windows. You may spend the entire day cleaning them, and then the sun shines in the next day, and you're like, oh my gosh, that is so streaky, and it's so frustrating. I know some of you watching right now are with me. You completely understand that. So here, Real Clean, because this is mechanical cleaning. It is removing from the surface all of the dirt and bacteria, rather than putting a chemical on, because that chemical is going to disinfect and that chemical is going to clean that surface. So you think, but is it removing everything? People will say, does this disinfect? Removing, when you are using, they'll ask me that, and when you are removing the surface dirt, or removing the surface bacteria, the disinfecting happens in the cloth, because that silver, like I said before, breaks down the DNA of the bacteria. So it cannot multiply, and it cannot grow, and it cannot smell. That's another thing. And I'm going to talk about the care and use of these later on in our demonstration. But what I want to show you right now is I want to just give you an up close personal view of this EnviroCloth. So here is again where I use this to remove the body balm off of the refrigerator. But look at all of these fibers in here. Now the way microfiber works is when you have a microfiber cloth and those fibers are sewn together, they come together like this, and they form tiny little asterisk signs where all the little fibers form, tiny little asterisk signs. And those asterisk signs act like a suction cup. So as you are moving this over the surface, it's holding all of that bacteria into those tiny little fibers and those little suction cups, and then the backlock, or microsilver, is going to start working on the bacteria and breaking down that DNA. And it's not going to transfer from one surface to the next. So come on over to my countertop, and I'm going to show you another demonstration. Okay, as you see right here, I have my granite countertop. And again, this is where the body balm was. But I can still take this cloth and move from one surface to the next, and that body balm, remember this stuff I used, is not going to transfer onto my granite countertop. And I can wipe the countertop. This is how I clean my countertop. And then I can take this and I can wipe my countertop like that. So it's like Karate Kid, where it's wax on, wax off. In Norwex, it's water on, water off. Check that out. Okay, so now we have my countertop all clean, and I have the body balm that I've been cleaning off with this. But one of the things with Norwex too, with these cloths, I can flip it over and I have a brand new clean side. So I'm going to use this side right here for another part of my demonstration. I have 2 plates right here, and I have some raw chicken. Check that out. Who's hungry? Okay. I also have glow germ, and I also have a permanent marker. So the glow germ, this simulates bacteria. I used to use this, actually, a little side note, as a daycare provider. I went through lots of different trainings, and one of the trainings, they actually sprinkled glow germ on our hands, and then we had to wash our hands, and then they took a black light, and they used the black light to show us on our hands where the glow germ still was, because that told us we didn't wash our hands good enough. So that's kind of what I'm going to show you right here. And I'm also going to be using these, our lovely disinfecting wipes. So to begin, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull chicken out of here with the fork. And what I'm showing you right now is that I can do this, and I'm going to show you how well this actually cleans the surface with the EnviroCloth versus the disinfecting wipe. and how I can continue using the cloth when I'm done. Just wait. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sprinkle just a little bit of the glow germ onto my plate. Do a little bit more. And then I'm gonna take the black light and I'm gonna show you so how you can see that. Look at that, isn't that pretty? It kind of looks like stars at night. Ooh, look at that one. Ooh, they're even, oh, one just went. Check that out. You can see how that glows? That's the comet. It just exploded from the sky. Okay, we'll come back to the comet later. Now, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a disinfecting wipe and these smell. Okay, I gotta rip this off. They smell and they have fragrance. Now I guarantee they did not take a bunch of citrus fruit and squeeze it into this to get the smell. There's synthetic fragrances in our cleaning products. In those synthetic fragrances, companies do not have to disclose what they put in their fragrances, and they can contain up to 3,000 stock chemicals. Okay, in our last 50 years, there have been over 85,000 chemicals that have been introduced into our environment, and less than 300 have actually been tested on humans. So we kind of are walking guinea pigs. I don't want to be a guinea pig. I used to own a couple guinea pigs. I don't want to be a guinea pig. Now, look at that. Look at that. Doesn't that look clean? Check that out, okay? So that was the disinfecting wipe, and it looks pretty clean. So I'm gonna leave that right there. Next, I'm gonna take my Enviro cloth, and I'm going to do the same thing that I just did with the disinfecting wipe. I'm gonna wipe my plate as it's moving around my counter. And then I'm gonna set this aside, and I'm gonna show you something. Check this out. Check out, can you see all of the streaks on there? I'll move it even closer. So you can see all of the streaks on there. The plate looks clean. This is think of this. This was my high chairs. This was my daycare tables that the kids ate on, played on, car seats, strollers. This is what I used to clean on the go, thinking it was doing what it was supposed to. Check this out. That is my clean plate with the Enviro cloth. Woo! I'm so excited about that. So next, what I'm gonna show you is, here, let me do this. I'm gonna take this, because remember I said we've got all these clean sides. We've got this side. I used this side already, this side. I'm actually gonna open this up. I'm gonna use another clean side. I'm gonna fold it this way. I like to get even more clean sides on it. And I'm gonna take a simple stripe down the plate, just like that. So now, when I shine the light, I'm trying to get this in a good angle for you all, you can see streak, no streak, streak. See that? Streak, no streak, streak. Let me turn the lights off so you can get even a better view. Check that out. I love these products because I know that this surface right here, I could eat on this little surface, but here I wouldn't want to eat on that because look at all those that chemical residue that is still on there. Now I talked about how afterwards, like I'm gonna still continue to use this cloth because I'm not gonna be done with my demo right now. I'm gonna continue, but I'm gonna flip the light back on, so hold on. And we're gonna go back to the sink and I'm gonna teach you something. Okay, so when I'm cleaning with this cloth, you'll be cleaning and cleaning, and I will continue cleaning with this cloth until I am done cleaning. And I will use 2 Enviro cloths to clean my entire house. So I like to have 2 because I will end with the toilets, but I have one that when I clean my house just one level, I use one. When I clean my house both levels, I just like to have 2 because I actually keep one upstairs. So, but what you do is when you are done cleaning, and this still has the chicken juice in it, it still has the glow germ in it, but I'm gonna show you how I continue to clean. When I need to wet it down a little bit more, it's called the WASH acronym. WASH stands for, W stands for wet, A stands for agitate. So you agitate it really good under the water, and if you use hot water, it makes the fibers swell, so it's easier and faster to do what I'm doing right now. So wash, agitate, squeeze, like that. And then there's a tag on here and you hang. So wash, agitate, squeeze, hang. That's how you take care of this in between uses. But I'm gonna keep on using it because I have a couple more demos for you. Okay, let's come back up here and I'm gonna show you another thing. I'm gonna tell you something, little trick that I like to tell my customers. You can take a permanent marker and you can write on your tag when you get it. Because when you have a Norwex cloth and you're using it every single day as a chemical replacer, you want to have a cloth that is 2 years old or less. I continue to use my older cloths. I even use them for paint spills when I'm painting because I don't like to tape. So I will even use it to get the little spots on the trim that I get a little paint on. And then I just rinse it out really good and the paint comes out. And I actually have paint and vinyl cloths. You can also use them in your garage. You can use them for your oven. Those really dirty jobs, that's what I use my older ones for. But the ones that I'm using in my house for that deep clean are 2 years old or less. So if you date the tag, then you know how old they are. And after 2 years, cut the tag, it's just a rag. So I've talked to you about these two cloths, the Enviro cloth and the window cloth. I'm going to prep something for two things actually for future demos, and then I'm going to show you another demo. So the first thing that I'm going to prep for a future demo is I'm going to draw a heart with a permanent marker on my face. The next thing that I'm going to prep for my demo is I'm going to write 200 to 400 right there on that piece of wood. And then I'm going to write 35%. And I'll explain what those mean when I'm cleaning this off. So I'm going to just let that sit and dry. And then we're going to come over here for another demo. The next product that I'm going to talk to you about, because the products that I'm going down with you right now that I'm talking to you about are the Enviro cloth, window cloth, and the dusting mitt is the next one. These are all products in the Safe Haven 5 package. They are our most popular products and the ones to start with, and the ones, if you are missing some of these pieces, to add to your collection next. So I'm going to put these two aside for now, and I'm going to pull out the dusting mitt. Now the dusting mitt, how this works, it works with electrostatic charge. So if you rub this creates the positive ions so that you can pick up the negative dust ions. So you rub like this, and then you're going to use it to dust your surfaces. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna show you some simulated dust in the form of flour. It is gluten-free, so if any of you are gluten-free, I think you probably appreciate some really good gluten-free flour to do all of your baking with. And then, just rub my dust all over. I'm gonna take this and I am going to rub the dust mitt together. And then I'm going to simply clean the dust. And it's gonna go into, check out how easy that was to just clean this. And it's removing the dust from the surface and removing it from my house. Whereas when you're using the spray dust polishes, they actually, some of them will contain petroleum in them, and that's a known carcinogen. So, and it also leaves a waxy buildup on your furniture, which can over time break down the finish on your furniture and ruin your furniture. So here you see I have all of this dust. So I'm gonna show you how I clean this dust off. So I brought you back over to my sink to show you two ways that you can clean off the dust mitt. The first way that you can clean it off is you can take this outside and you can hit it against something hard. And when you hit it against something hard, all of that dust is going to come out. Or you can take our rubber brush, handy dandy rubber brush, and you can brush the dust into a garbage can. So I'm choosing to do it into my sink right now. And I'm just getting all of that dust out of the dust mitt, brushing it into my sink, and now I am ready to continue dusting or put it away for the next time. When I have a very dusty house, I tend to dust, I use this probably 2 times, and then I will throw it into the washing machine, because you want to wash it and you want to make sure that you put it into the dryer so that it fluffens those fibers up, cleans those fibers and fluffens them back up. I meet a lot of people who say my dusting mitt was working really good and then it stopped. So my first question is always, when's the last time you washed it? And usually their answer is, I've never washed it. I didn't know you were supposed to. This does need to go into the wash, and you do need to Throw it in the dryer also, because just that heat will help fluffen those fibers up, so it's gonna work again for you the next time. You typically always use this dry, but you can wet it down and clean your screens without even removing them from your windows. Was your mind blown a little bit on that one? So I do remove my screens from my windows in the winter time, and then when I bring them back in the spring, it takes me maybe 5-10 minutes to do all of my screens, where I used to carry them outside, spray them down with the hose, and let them sit in the sunshine all day long. No more of that. Are you ready for the next demo? The next product in our lineup is the cleaning paste. This is number 4 in our Safe Haven 5 package, and by far one of the most popular products that Norwex has ever developed. So the main ingredients in this product are marble chalk flour, natural soap, and coconut oil. And this is what you use when you need a little bit more elbow grease. When you're using the EnviroCloth and you've got a stubborn stain or something you're cleaning and you need a little bit more help, this is your go-to. So this tub will last you 1.5 to 3 years. And when you use it, you'll see it is a hard and chalky that turns into a powder. You use your Norwex cloth and you pull it over the surface like this, so this will become concave. I use it for my soap scum, my glass top stove, my whites of my tennis shoes, my headlamps of my car, stainless steel sinks, you name it, I've used this. And I'm gonna show you something else as a demo of what I have used it on before. So this little piece of wood that I wrote the permanent marker on, this is what I am going to show you how to use this, the cleaning paste with this. But I'm gonna tell you a funny story along the way. So right now I'm using the side that doesn't have the cleaning paste. As you see, it doesn't take it off. So this is what I'm talking about when you need a little bit more of that elbow grease. So to protect my cloth, because permanent marker does stain, I am going to, these cloths are not stain proof. So you have to, I always like to say that WASH acronym that I told you, if you are cleaning something and it gets in your cloth gets stained, go and rinse it out in the sink right away. Put a little bit of our dish soap or maybe a little stain remover on it, or maybe a little bit of our laundry detergent, which I'm going to show you next, and put that on it right away and just agitate it really good, and that will help. So I'm going to protect my cloth a little bit more by putting some more cleaning paste, but you can see this one is already a little concave. This is my demo one that I use when I do my parties. Now here I've got the wood, and I've got the 200 to 400, and then I've got 35%. So you're probably wondering, why did she write numbers on there? $200 to $400 is what an average host can earn in completely free products with our Norwex host program. It is amazing. So if you're watching this and you are wanting everything, that is the best way to start. I started as a customer, moved to a host, and then I became a consultant. So after I fell in love with the products, I thought, what the heck, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna get paid for talking about something that I love, and I couldn't stop talking about the products. So I might as well make some money, right? How much money do you make as a Norwex consultant? You make 35%. 35% on every single thing that you purchase or every single thing that you sell, and you also make you get a 35% discount on every single thing that you buy. So I have consultants on my team who buy only for themselves, and then I have consultants on my team who use the amazing business opportunity to bless themselves and their families with a 35% commission. Now, as I showed you, EnviroCloth alone will not take that off, but if you take the cleaning paste, apply a little bit of pressure, check that out, it's coming off. Now, fine print on this, here's a funny story for you. I was at a party once, and the fine print of what you shouldn't use it for, I would definitely recommend to read that. And a lady was reading it, and she said, you're not supposed to use that on wood. Well, let me tell you, Bruce, that's his name. This is the Bruce, see, that's his name. This is my piece of wood that's been around for a while. So Bruce has been with me for a long time, and as you see, the finish is still on there, and the numbers are not. So sometimes I even let kids decorate this at parties. She said, you're not supposed to use it on wood. And I said, well, you know what? I learned that. I actually learned that from that lady. But I was using it on wood because when my daughter was in kindergarten, she decorated the piano and our dining room table with permanent markers. And then when she was in first grade, she came home one day and she said, and back up, I removed it with EnviroCloth and cleaning paste and some deep yoga breathing and much mommy patience. And when she was in first grade, she came home and she said, Mom, today in school, we were writing with permanent markers and we got them all over our desks. And Mrs. Boltman was freaking out. But I said, don't worry, cleaning paste will take it off. And my mom sells Norwex. So you can bet the next day I called her teacher and I said, Mrs. Boltman, Kaya's coming to school. She's got the cleaning paste and an EnviroCloth, and she's going to do a demo for you. She did the demo on the desks. Mrs. Boltman called me during her lunch break and said, I want some of that cleaning paste. And then she said, do I need to have an EnviroCloth to go with that? And I said, absolutely. Because when you use regular microfiber and then you use our microfiber, you'll know why you want to have our microfiber. Again, remember, do you want to have 6 people cleaning or 200 people cleaning? This is the bomb diggity. Okay, so that is my little cleaning paste demo. And now we're gonna move on to how to take care of these amazing products. Now, taking care of your Norwex products is just as important as properly using them. So I wanna show you our 3 varieties of laundry detergent that we have. I wanna tell you, if you are new to Norwex, this is the one I would start with. This product, we call it our UPP, it's our Ultra Power Plus. And with this product, you can turn it into an all-purpose cleaner for your entire house. And 2, when you have a high efficiency washing machine, you only need 1 little teaspoon. That's it. Half a teaspoon if it's a small load, if it's a great big giant load, 1 teaspoon. So with this powder, it is going to last you over 100 loads with this powder. All of our products are bio-certified, meaning that they have been tested for renewable resources, so plant-based resources. So when they enter the water and they go back into our environment, they are not polluting anything. So we have our powder, we have our liquid. There's over 230 pumps in this bottle. With a small load, I use 1 pump. With a large load, I use 2. This is enzyme-based. Enzymes, think of them as little Pac-Men. They go in and they eat the organic matter that they are made for. So this one, the enzymes in here are made for stain removal and smells and dirt. So this is our liquid. So if you're a liquid lover, you've got this option. If you're a powder lover, you have this option. We also have this in lavender scent, which our scents are not synthetic. We do use natural essential oils with our scents in our products. The third option you have are Eco Wash laundry strips. Look at how skinny that is. So this is going to help you with cutting down on pollution. I mean, again, think about it. Think about your great big giant jugs. Look at how little this is. So when you have the great big giant jugs, all of those have to go into our landfills. And they are filling up our landfills with the great big giant jugs. And when you've got biodegradable, ocean-bound plastics, and a small little bottle, doesn't that just make you feel better even just thinking about that? And then you've got this is cardboard. And in here, so of course it's recyclable. What these strips look like, they come together as one big sheet, and with a high efficiency 1 load, this is what I use. When I go on vacation, I will bring these along, and if I have to spot clean things or hand wash things, I'll just tear off a little, dissolve it into a sink of water, and hand wash what I need on my trips. So these are our most fragrant of our laundry products, but also essential oil scented. Now, then we have our rules with laundry. And here's what I need you to remember. There's 3 things you don't want to do when using our products, when washing our products. Those 3 things are, you do not want to use linty, don't wash them with linty items. That would be your cotton towels, your fleece blankets, anything that sheds. Because with this, what I was telling you, how it picks up to 99% of the bacteria on a surface, these fibers attract things. So if you have lint floating around in your laundry, it's going to get sucked up into the cloth and you're gonna have a mess on your hands. I've had that happen. I've had to actually take packaging tape and wax my cloth to get some of those linty items off. So learn from me, I learned the hard way. The next thing is you do not want to use bleach. Bleach is going to break down the fibers, it's going to ruin the cloth, and it's very volatile for your lungs. And the third thing is you do not want to use fabric softener. Fabric softener is the #1 cause of dryer fires, and it is known to coat your dryer sensor, making it malfunction so that your dryer breaks down more. That used to happen to me every single year, every January, before I had Norwex. So now that we have Norwex, that doesn't happen to me anymore. Also with fabric softeners, they're very, very fragrant. And fabric softeners are known to have volatile organic compounds or volatile organic chemicals. Now those VOCs, 14% of Americans have respiratory problems that can be linked to those volatile organic compounds. So think about that. If you suffer from any of those respiratory things, think about just making one little switch and see if that helps you with some of your respiratory distress. Now, what we use in the Norwex world are these. We use dryer balls. So these dryer balls are made with New Zealand wool. They have the most kind shearing practices in the world. Their sheep produce the best wool, and they're very well taken care of. And as an animal lover, that's important to me. So with these balls, what they do is they lift, they tumble, they separate, they remove the static, and they remove the wrinkles and soften your clothes, just like fabric softener would. They don't leave any smells in your clothes. So if you are smell sensitive, our laundry system is right for you. If you like a little scent, you can put a little dab of essential oils on these. And I recommend for the most scent to put them after your clothes are dry, pull these out, put a dab of essential oils on them, put them back in, and just air fluff them for 10 minutes. Over drying your clothes will cause static. So that's why I mentioned just air fluff the last 10 minutes with a little bit of essential oils. So I just walked you through our 5 products that are in our Safe Haven 5 package. And when you purchase the Safe Haven 5 package, which keep in mind, you can purchase all of those products individually, but you can purchase them in a package, and you can choose whether you have the powder or the liquid or the eco strips included in your package. And I know you're gonna fall in love with our laundry detergent, and whichever one you choose, we now have an autosave program. So when you choose to put a product on autosave, you will save 10% off of that item when your next shipment comes. So you have that choice now with all of our consumables, which is so cool. I love that program. Plus, with your autosave program, when your autosave is about to ship, you will get an email saying your autosave is going to ship and you can adjust it. And let's say you need to order another EnviroCloth or a bath towel or our mop system. You can add those products to your autosave. And if your autosave order reaches $150, you're gonna get free shipping. It's a great program. Order one thing, order 5 things, add consumables, and you'll get 10% off. It's an amazing program. But I do wanna let you know that the Safe Haven 5 has a Safe Haven 5 Plus package. And in that Safe Haven 5, a Safe Haven 5 Plus, take away the 5 and let's just concentrate on that plus. And with that package, that upgrade of the Safe Haven package, you will receive a kitchen towel, a kitchen cloth. So this kitchen cloth, these have the back lock in them. So that again is going to stop that bacterial growth and odor. This kitchen towel will hands down change your dish drying experience. We travel with these whenever we go on vacation because we stay in Airbnbs or VRBOs, and I like to have my Norwex with me. So I have my travel pack of Norwex that goes with me. You also will receive our pack of Sperry sponges, which come in a 2-pack, and this is what I use with the cleaning paste to clean my glass top stove. And then my favorite product, and you're probably wondering again, what is she gonna do about that heart on her face? My favorite product that also comes in the Safe Haven Plus package is our body and face cloth. Comes in a pack of 3. So this is what I use to wash all of my makeup off of my face and exfoliate my skin. And I have one right here. This one is my own personal one. This is the style. This is our original one. This is the style that comes in the Safe Haven Plus. This one is the plush one, which I have wet down. And this is my personal one, which is why I'm demoing with my personal one rather than that one, because that's the one that goes with me when I do my demos. To use this, watch this, okay? So I've had this heart on my face during this whole demonstration. Watch this with just a little bit of water and very, very gentle rubbing. Look at that. Look how it comes right off of my skin. So if you are a dancer or know somebody who's a dancer and they have all that makeup on their face, waterproof mascara, or you want to decorate your face for Halloween and use a permanent marker and become one of the members of KISS, you now have a way of removing your permanent marker from your face. I thank you so much for joining in, sticking with this whole demo. I hope you learned a tip or two if you're not new to Norwex, and if you are new to Norwex, I hope that you have seen some products here that you want to bring into your home to start creating your own safe haven in your 4 walls. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and please message me with any questions that you may have. Thank you.